So, the question is, someone we battled and we thought was a waste of time battling. Um, I can't remember who I battled. Honestly, I thought it was a waste of time battling Romeo at the Elite Ball. Um, mm, I mean, I was a little nervous effect wise because my effect, even though I knew what I was trying to give, but it didn't come out the way I wanted to because I wasn't too effect crafty at the time. But as far as my walk, I knew Romeo was gonna pull some shit and try to block me and all that stuff because I studied him way before I entered the ballroom scene, so I know what Romeo gave. Well, what he's gonna give. So I thought that was a waste of time, and I've always been told since I've joined the ballroom scene that straight runway is the best runway, except for when you have judges on the panel that like tricks and stuff or whatever. But I still pay it. I still do straight runway because it's just like too much trick. Like bitch, doing spins and stuff like I get dizzy from doing spins and stuff like that. So I try not to do those spins. Um, yeah, but I thought battling Romeo was a waste of time. Um, I think that was the only person. What about you?
Um, should we? I'm trying to think. Well, at the last ball that just occurred, um, I felt like battling midget was a waste of time. Um, I also feel like he got through because of the dog that he had. I felt like it was shade. That's my opinion. If anybody thinks otherwise, so be it. But the other person I feel like was a waste of time, but is also fun battling this person. But I feel like it's a waste of time. Like it's time that I think you should maybe. Um, Let me keep that to myself. But we're gonna. I would say Dutch was a waste of time. Who else? I think that's about it. That was a waste of time. I had fun battling Dutch though, because he always brings something different. Like far as like if he had like a prop and all that other stuff. Yeah. But no, no. One time DJ also. That was definitely a waste of time for me. It was a waste of time to me. And I was a little scared battling him only because I knew what type of prop he had, which was like that Spider-Man spray or whatever, and he sprayed me with it. He got through. He sat me, and what's the name? Dutch does the same thing also. But those are about the only three that I felt like was a waste of time to me.
How do you feel about the Jersey Kiki scene?
Um, I don't have a negative feeling about it. I just feel like it's at a standstill, and I feel like everybody's complaining about like it's no balls or nothing, but there's nobody. Anybody could throw a ball, so it's not like you people saying like, oh, the icon's not throwing the ball, or such and such not throwing the ball. You can throw a ball. Anybody can throw a ball. If you have the funds, or you can even find a venue that's for, like that will sponsor you for free. If you really wanted a ball, it can happen. So I feel like if certain people feel like that Jersey, people within Jersey feel like Jersey is late and stuff, you're the reason why it's late. And there's a lot of people that states that Jersey is late or, is this and that. But I don't feel like that is late. I just feel like it's no balls, but that's on everybody.
I agree. I just feel like there's too much complaining and not enough people thinking on how we can revive Jersey. And that was my whole thing with this ball with Roman. It was to either revive or to be put in some type of mixture of people who are trying to revive Jersey, because it's just like everyone's complaining there's nothing to do, there's no Vogue nights, and there's no balls, period. But like, you shouldn't have to wait until Cypher says, "Oh, I want to have a ball," or
But then when the Vogue night, when he did sponsor the Vogue nights, it was 7 people coming to the ball.
and I think Vogue nights was fairly cheap.
It was cheap, and it was like in the beginning. I think maybe two of the Vogue nights. I think it wasn't even packed, but it was enough people there. But then it was like nobody was showing up. So if you're not, supporting, why even attempt to have a ball?
I don't know. And Vogue nights was most of the times it was just bring it. Like, I love a just bring it ball. You ain't gotta spend no money on nothing. You ain't gotta go fly downtown for anything. You ain't gotta snatch somebody's wig from their closet. Nothing.
I do understand though. Some people might have a job and things like that, because I think I only supported one Vogue night, but that was because I was like working so much at the time that I wasn't able to, stay the whole time. So it was like a waste of time to even go. So, but other than that, the ones that's complaining that there's no balls, I'm sure you wasn't doing nothing at that time either. So you should have been at that ball supporting, and maybe it would never have stopped. And that's the reason why it stopped, because there was no support and there wasn't no money being made at the door.
So before we move on to the next segment, the next break, we're going to talk about the hots and the nots of the Jersey Kiki scene. Um, mm, okay, well, I think one person who is hot is Trouble, BangyCunt, I believe. Um, every time he hits the floor, he gives me something new. The only thing that I sometimes get little upset about is I guess the 360 spin he tries to do, the sideways 360 spin he tries to do. That's the only thing sometimes I don't like. But other than that, I love when Trouble comes out in Vogue, and he just destroys the girls. What about you?
One person that's a not to me would have to be, I would have to say Taco. And the reason why I chose Taco was because I haven't seen a progression from him. Like, I did no. I have to take that back. I do still feel like that he's a not, but I did see a progression like at one time. But it's like he's not coming out, and then it's like he's just not. He's not, it right now, because he's not coming out. There's no like other way of putting it. He's not out. He's not doing anything. So that's why I chose Taco.
One not to me, and it is Little T. I since I've been in the scene, we both been in the scene. Well, you've been in there a little longer than me, but I think it's been about 2.5 years, maybe. I've watched every time Little T Vogue in Jersey, because I really don't travel to New York like that, and it just bores me. Like, and I used to think it was those Ralph Polo boots that you would wear that would stop you from doing certain things, but no, it's not. You just bore me. Like, it's like, I'm not gonna say you're a virgin, because you're not a virgin, but it's just like there's no progression within your Vogue, and I see why they take so well. I see part of the reason why they are taking so long to give you your legendary status, but I really don't see any progression. I have saw in the past few balls, but Before that, it was just like no, like I don't see it.
I think that he wasn't hungry at the time, or I feel like his mouth was saying he was hungry, but I feel like his actions, him getting out there, wasn't really, effect wise, nothing. I feel like it was just he wasn't giving it, and I feel like now he's giving it. Even if he wasn't in my house, as my New Jersey father, I feel like he still would have. He had this plan already, so yeah. But hot for me, someone that's hot, I would have to say, Kizzy. I would have to say that only because, well, she turns it. She's been like, making it to the last battle. She's like, it's just something that she gives that other people don't give. She's not really into the dancing that a lot of people do, and when she does do a dance, it's like you have to go up for it. It's like, she's one of a kind to me, so she's hot to me.
A hot for me would be. Um, hmm, let's say winter. Um, I don't know why. It's just like I know her runway gives sex because that's just her aura. It's just bitch, I'm sexy. But it's just something like when you watch her walk, it's just something about her hips. It's like her hips are broke, but they're not like sloppy broke. They're broke into like a sexy way, and like when she walks, it's just like all eyes on me. It's like Sierra walking around with a body party, and I like that about her. It's just like she demands the attention through her personality, and her effects are always on. So that's one person that I have to say that's hot.
Someone that's another knot, I would have to say Delilah, New Jersey mother, BangyCunt, I believe that's what she is. And I state that because at this time, they gave her that title as New Jersey mother, does not mean like, okay, I got New Jersey mother, it's time for me to sit back. Like, I feel like this is the time where she already was like, she had stopped already walking, she was walking in New York, but she's New Jersey mother, not New York mother. So I feel like she needs to be out here turning it, and she's not at the time, and that's why she's not to me. Yeah.
Um, a knot for me would be um, um, oh, well, I gotta start with a new girl. A knot for me. A knot for me would be Candy, and I just don't like her. I mean, I don't like her presentation of herself. Like,
But when you say not, it's about her, not her presentation of herself.
no, no,
Not
I don't mean
part
like personality wise. I mean like when I've watched her the past two times at Project Wow, like
as her walking.
yes, her walk is just like a sick horse walking, and I just don't like that. Like, it's just I don't know, I don't know. Maybe maybe in her head she feels it, but what I'm seeing her feel is not what I'm feeling. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't like the way she. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I just don't like her walk.
Um, a not for me. No, a hot. Who's hot right now? I would say like a overall not. I mean, hot would be like I would say Becky, and I would say Becky because it's like when she come out, she destruct, and then it's like she's not only like when she comes out, she's destructive. Like she's actually like she has people that looks up to her that copies off of everything she does. Like she has people that look up to her, and she's like one of the people that people like can go to like ask them for help and things like that. So she's the hot for me.
A hot for me would be um, Egypt. Um, I will say that every time Egypt walked, the first thing that captured my attention was her effect. Egypt demands people's attention with her effects, like some crazy out of the world type shit, like the respect ball that Tyra and DJ had, like the whole hair concept. Nobody would have. Well, I wouldn't have thought of that. It's just her creativity, her walk. Like when she really wants to beat you, she will beat you. She's determined to be like. There's a whole nother um, person that comes out when she walks, when she's determined. Um, and yeah, you have another knot.
Well, no. Let's think. Um, mm, no, I don't think so.